Hi guys, so today we are starting a new packet to practice our CMAS information, and we're going to change, the first thing we're going to do is put our name, and we're going to change that 1 to a 6 because this is actually number 6. So that's what I'm going to do. You do yours. Name, and 1 to a 6. So it should look something like this. Pretty easy peasy, right? Cool. All right, so this objective says I can compare and contrast the aspects of two or more texts using reading strategies like sequencing, cause and effect, etc. Well, I know that compare and contrast means same and different. So I'm going to go ahead and put a box around them. And I am going to write the words same and different. And the word aspects means like details of them. And we know that the word text means what you read. And sequencing means order, like first, second, third. So our objective should look something like this. All right. The directions are read the pumpkin cake and banana cake and answer the following questions. Well, it looks like I've got a recipe and some directions, and that's great, but I don't want to read the whole thing. What if I don't need to? So I'm going to go to the questions first. So we're going to turn the page and we're going to go to the questions. And question 1, it says, how is step 2 different in banana cake and pumpkin cake? Look, that is the contrasting, right? How is it different? And number 2 says, how long do you bake each cake? So I'm betting that that's our comparing for this. So there's some important words to know, but I don't need to know them all to know what I need to do. So the word how and step 2 and different, that's all I need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and underline those. And different, I'm going to put contrast above it. And on number 2, I'm going to put how long bake each, which is compare. So now my question looks like this. So here's my question. Do I really need to read all the pumpkin directions? No, I only need to go to step 2. So I'm going to go to step 2 in the pumpkin cake, and I'm going to go to step 2 in my banana cake. So I'm going to go back to my pumpkin cake. Oh, there's only one step here. So I'm going to turn it. And look, at the very top is step 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put a star by 2 because that's where I'm going to find my answer. And then on my banana cake, step 2. So I'm going to put stars on all the 2s because that's where I'm going to find my information to do it. And so they want to know, how is it different? So number 2 on the pumpkin, and I'm going to put that at the top to remind me which recipe I'm looking at. So for the pumpkin cake, in a large bowl, I will combine or mix together sugar and oil. Then I'll add in vanilla and pumpkin. Then I'll beat in eggs. So I'm going to beat them. I'm not just going to pour them in one at a time. And then I'm going to gradually beat in the flour mixture, stir in some nuts, spread the batter into a prepared 12 by 18 inch pan, and it looks like maybe it'll be ready to go. Number 2 on my bananas says measure all ingredients into a large mixing bowl. So, the other one gave directions, specific things at specific times, and this is just like dump it in. Blend a mixture on low for 30 seconds. I'm going to scrape side of the bowl so all the batter that gets on the side, we're just going to put it back in. And we're going to mix 3 minutes on high speed. Let's go look at what our answer choices are. So for number 2, A, it says, in the banana cake mix, you mix only flour and sugar first, then add in the other ingredients. In pumpkin cake, you mix all the ingredients together. That's not what I remember. I'm going to put an X on letter A. Letter B. In banana cake, you mix all the ingredients together, and in pumpkin cake, you combine the sugar and oil in a bowl, Then blend in vanilla and pumpkin, then beat in eggs one at a time, and then gradually beat in your flour mixture. That sounds more like it, but I'm not sure. I still have one more answer to choose. So I'm going to put a question mark by letter B. All right, in letter C, it says in banana cake, mix all the ingredients together. Sounds good. In pumpkin cake, sift together the flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and cinnamon set aside. I don't remember that as being part of step 2. Let's see. All it says is beat in the flour mixture, but not about making the mixture itself. So C is definitely out, which leaves me to say number 1 is B. Now, number 2 says, how long do you bake each cake? So I'm probably going to go to step 3 or 4, probably the last one that tells you when to bake stuff, because I bake and so I know these things. So let's look on the other page for our pumpkin cake. Says bake in the preheated oven for 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center of the cake comes out clean, allowed to cool. So I'm going to put bake and 30 minutes and a toothpick and just see. Those are some things that you have to do to bake it. So I'm going to put a toothpick inserted and bake. Now I'm going to go to number 3 on the banana bread. It says pour into pans, bake in a preheated oven for 45 to 50 minutes. Well, the time is not the same. Or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. That sounds pretty much alike. So I'm going to underline that. So both of them have a thing about a toothpick. So let's see if we can find the answer that has a toothpick. Number 1 says for 40 minutes. That's not the same in both of them. 350 degrees, I don't know the temperature. 20 minutes, didn't say anything about time being the same. So there, oh, look, D, until the toothpick comes out clean. So cross out ABC, circle D. And that's how we can compare and contrast different aspects or details on 2 texts, which are things that we read. Have a great day.